Hello Sagittarians, and welcome to my channel for the newbies, and thanks for being here. For everybody who is a subscriber who was eagerly waiting for their Sagittarius forecast, so this is going to run to early October as well, so it's going to be very interesting. So you have the tower jumping at you, so it's going to be something that is going to blindside you. It's going to be something that will need to be dealt with. It's going to push down all your plans, everything that you're dealing with. It's going to feel like, oh my god, like, I mean, what's going on? It could be a really shocking thing, but it also could be something that needs to be reset. Maybe you are living illusion. Maybe you keep doing the things that are no longer useful, that you have outgrown them. Maybe it's a situation you're dealing with. Maybe it's a person you're dealing with. They're like clearly issues that I'm picking up, that it might need both external and internal adjustment. So for example, you might simply need to find new friends. You might simply need to position yourself differently toward your friends. Maybe you realize that you have tolerated certain things. Maybe you're just simply realizing there is like no glue, there is no spark in some kind of connection. And sometimes it just happens just like that. When the tower shows up, this is a rude awakening. It's not going to be simple, and it's not going to be easy. Tower is simply saying that we need to rebuild, and we need to rebuild it the right way. You know, this house is shaking, earthquake came through it, and we have to do it in the right way. Oh la la, we have the soulmate card here. So the soulmate card, and it's such a wonderful thing over here. Especially what I like the most is the partners are about the same size. Why is that important? It's important that in the studies of monogamy, they have found that the most similar the male and female are in that species, the more monogamous they're going to be. With humans, we do have a little bit kind of like off thing, but here, without really probably knowing the research, they actually really accomplished right there. I also like the little promise of the little kind of like castle in the back over here. So Two of Cups is really talking about synergy. It's talking about maybe this is something you're craving. Whoa, look at that. I mean, actually, this is the first major arcana. We are going to Wheel of Fortune. We also have Two of Pentacles. Somebody was juggling something, and this is Jupiter coming through that Ten of Pentacles. Jupiter always talks about luck, but it also talks about the circulation. It talks about needing to understand when something good happens, that we need to enjoy it, and we need to ride that wave as long as it exists, because this too shall pass, kind of a thing, right? So if kind of like in the Ace of Cups, which is the beginning of any suit, is the ace, right? We kind of like have that initial seed, and it's the flow of love from within. It's kind of like the surge where you feel like, oh my god, I love this woman, or I love this man. Within the Two of Cups, this is the flow of love between two people. So this really tells me that this month you'll be creating deep connections and partnerships, but that's going to be really something right. It's going to be based on shared values, it's going to be compassion, and you might even feel that this love is really exalted. It's something kind of like unconditional, right? Yeah, something might be really in early stages. Maybe you have been going through back and forth. Maybe you have been going through how you should make a decision, kind of a thing, right? But still, I really feel there is like something here that you have the potential to grow and develop into something really deeply fulfilling, something that is going to be really good long-term, kind of a thing, right? This, for those of you, this is Tiger that you're hearing sneeze. For those of you that are in a relationship, you might enter a new partnership. Like for those of you who maybe need to look for a new job, it's going to be really something that is going to be fantastic, really, that you kind of like really, you know, dream job kind of thing. This also can even talk about a friend and somebody who truly understands you. since you guys are mature audience, I don't have like under 25 people on my channel, so the analytics say, I really feel here you people already know what you want. You kind of like have this clarity. Sure, this maybe gets refined with the age, but this is what it is. I really think that if you don't have a relationship, be open to it, because Tiger is sipping his water, because this is going to tell me that it's going to be something really mutually beneficial. It's one of those win-win situation, kind of like you literally see eye to eye over here. And I feel that some of you had issues with monogamy, whether or not it was you who kind of like created the issues, or it was the issue that was created for you. So there's like something that really needs to be addressed. Also, as far as romantic relationships, this is kind of like something that is blossoming. So whether or not you are in, you might form one, it's going to start feeling right. Or if you're in one, it's going to start feeling like it's blossoming, and it's like you're like finding something new in your partner. It's the attraction over here. It kind of like feels like, oh well, remember back then when we met, this is how I felt. So but it's on the level of a bond, right? It's a physical and soul connection. It's something that kind of like, you know, this butterflies in the stomach and weak at the knees, kind of like a thing that really talks about it, right? I think this person here is like somebody who kind of like brings the best in you, kind of a thing, right? You make me a better man, was the Jerry Maguire kind of a thing, right? This also, for those of you in a relationship, can really talk to me. Hey, you know, somebody is going to ask the pop the question. That can be proposal, it can be engagement, marriage, good stuff, right? It's a really good exchange of emotion, right? Now, if you are wondering about business, you're wondering about job, right? This means that's that vibration. There's like the same wavelength, right? It's a similar vision. You walk into an interview and you go, whoa, you know, like, yes, that's what I thought, that's what I thought, and you feel that you feel comfortable sharing your ideas and sharing your vision, right? You might actually in that interview not have the same skills as maybe the other people, but it's going to start feeling like a synergy, that you belong somewhere, that you are welcome, that you're contributing, that you're making that difference, right? And it's also, you're going to feel that you can trust and that you will be trusted, right? So for example, when I say, you know, it might be a little bit off. For example, you may be talented, let's say, in marketing, right? But there's like somebody else who is really good in business, let's say operations or accounting, right? But it's going to start feeling that, yes, you can fully understand this person and you understand how to bring this, as well as they will understand they have to maybe create things in a different way in order to help you. So that's kind of like what I see really happening over here, right? Still, make sure you have a contract or agreement in place to kind of like make sure that this kind of like dreamy start kind of like continues to be dreamy, right? That's very, very important. All right, so let's see what's next, Sagis. We have, look, we have the Ace of Cups. It was reversed, so I really maybe should leave these cards over here as a guidance, as I covered. Like, this is like something that is bursting from inside. You're ready. You want to put yourself out there, but it's reversed. Somebody is not ready. This clearly is going to be a good month, but it's clearly going to kind of like come to a head over something that didn't fit in the past. Whether or not this has been an extra person in the relationship, a third party. Whether or not you feel that some kind of connection had to kind of like be continued and maybe the person was not ready. But this is really telling me that maybe some of you are feeling, no, never mind. I don't really want to go in there. I don't want to do it because, nah, whatever. You know, some of you are not feeling ready. It is just like this morning that somebody sent me one of those love it or list it episodes that I kind of like, it's my guilty pleasure. So I'm watching this about the couple that they met. Actually, the guy is saying, well, you know, I just been through, you know, the end of relationship. I had 3 daughters that I had to raise. The relationship was just the last thing on my mind. In fact, I didn't want it. And this woman appeared in my life. 2 years later, we are married. So this is kind of like that frame of mind. Ew, this was the last thing on my mind kind of a thing over here. And look at this. There is like the Queen of Wands. This could be you guys. And Queen of Wands is like also sometimes, yeah, sure, it's going in the process, like engaging, trying to figure out the things, trying to figure out how to continue something. I really feel like you're coming into your own full swing, right? So she is not Knight. This is kind of like bringing the emotional engagement in a situation, but emotions combined with vitality. So that tells me that maybe you felt disconnected. Maybe you felt like, you know, somebody pushed the button and you were on off for quite a while, right? Because there is like this growth that I'm feeling. This is like going to be huge. Remember, don't forget that we had Tower jumping out. Tower is talking about this shift, and it's a shift that we don't want to, because we all like status quo and we still dream about being in some different place and doing something else. Yes, I want to make like, I mean, $10 million, but I'm still sitting on my behind, right? So you cannot marry these kind of like two. So let's see what is the ground over here. As I said, look at this. You have the 1 of Cups, you have the Ace, you have a 9. Yeah, you really want all of that. You want to feel that emotional fulfillment. You kind of like want to be there. You also feel very self-sufficient. You feel like, oh my gosh, you know, like, I mean, yeah, I'm happy, I'm accomplished. You're feeling certain harmony over here, right? I think you have been going through something that is at this stage going in a much higher gear. And for those of you who are driving automatic cars that don't know what higher gear means, so cars have gears. My car, for example, has 6 gears that I can use if I want to, or I can use my automatic option. So the higher you go, the faster you can go, the more efficient the car is. But this is not to say that in the first gear and second gear that you are going nowhere. Yeah, it doesn't go fast, but they have a huge purpose, and this is kind of like moving the mountain. So very much like first and the second gear over here is like what gets you out of the snow. You have to get over that initial hurdle of meeting somebody and putting yourself out there and saying, okay, I really need to deal with this, and how, and like in which direction do I really want to kind of like put myself in. So it is, pardon me, it's very important to kind of like really look in this direction. So let's see next, like, I mean, in the past, what really is the base, because I'm seeing some past issues over here. Let's see, what do you have in your pretty heads this month? Yes, I can see you have been going over troubled waters. That kind of like has been quite a task. Maybe it involved physical trouble. Maybe it involved freeing yourself from something that has been constraining. Maybe you had too many people in your life and everybody had certain demands of you. Maybe you had demands of somebody else. Maybe somebody let you down. But you're finding that sweet spot, and you're finding the sweet spot where you at this stage, you want balance. You want certain thing to be right. You want certain thing to be fair. Look at that big owl over here. And I know, like, I pronounce owl in a really funny way, but it's better than owl, because it really should be pronounced owl, because this is how it's spelled. But okay, that's a story for a different thing. King of Sword. It's kind of like a really righteous person. You maybe are focusing on how things really should be. It's almost like it's Libran influence. The justice is really affecting you this particular month, right? Keep in mind the King of Swords can be somebody also very stubborn as well, but there is like no denial that there is going to be somebody who has high authority and who is like really fair. This to me also I mean, it can indicate a couple can indicate a really good couple. These two are really kind of like gelling together properly. But you need to get off your freaking ass, Sagittarius. I know I said ASS. I know, because I need to wake you up. There is like really need to do that. So there is a woman who can be a fire sign in your life, and you are a fire sign yourself. So this could be you as well, that you're engaging with somebody who is air sign, or that maybe there's like this whole feeling of certain things need to be put together, certain things need to kind of like get equalized. So that journey that I see here happening, you're feeling that you did really well. You feel there was like something from the past that you have accomplished. Yeah, you're kind of like patting yourself on the shoulder, that's for sure. So let's see your imminent future. Queen of Swords. I don't like her here. She almost like looks like she has a hunch, and she also has a bird. But now we have two queens. We are back to this situation. There are like some powerful people around you. Swords are very powerful. Wands are very powerful. So this is a general reading, so doesn't necessarily mean it's one man, two women, but it can mean that it can be three women, it can be three men, right? Any combination of that. And from what it looks like, everybody has equal say, but something that is really ahead of you. And Queen of Swords can be, off you go. Anything that doesn't serve you, you sever. Like, this is it. And not because you're mean. It's just simply, this dress I didn't wear in a while, off you go, goodwill, kind of a thing, right? This person, I don't know why the hell am I still talking to this person. And you're not necessarily very diplomatic sign, right? At least wink wink, we could say that. You might say that in a really harsh way. Maybe you're dealing with an air sign or a fire sign, that somebody approached you and you're thinking like, what the hell you want, kind of a thing. Maybe there's like somebody who is trying to rehash something that has existed, because this is giving us a big key over here, right? There's like somebody showing up in your life who has confidence, who is really organized, who is really intellectual, but also with whom you cannot mess around. So is this a repeat, guys? Isn't this like something that you really don't want? Because after all, you were saying here, I'm pretty cool where I am. I don't really think I want to do things, kind of a thing. But you are still very intrigued over here. So can't wait, because this is about your emotions. Oh my goodness. Ace of Wands. Something from the past. Okay, call me that I have dirty mind, but come on. There's like phallic symbol here. You had Tower, which is also very phallic, the lid is exploding kind of a thing. Did you have something that really exploded in your face, guys? Did you have something that it was like, oh my god, how will I recover? Did you have something that caused you huge embarrassment? Did you feel, oh my god, how did I put myself in this situation? Yet it sounds to me that somebody left such a big impression on you. That impression cannot be shaken. That impression is really strong and really valid, right? When you have like this Ace of Wands, it's certainly just like here, as I told you, there is like surge of emotion from inside, but in Wands it's like a surge of activities, right? So it is also feeling of reward, maybe, you know. And this also can talk about communication, can be fairness. It's kind of like a justification, because you ventured into something unknown, right? Maybe away from someone, maybe towards someone, and you really did not know what to expect. In fact, you kind of said to yourself, you know, it's pretty bad where I am, and I really don't care. Anything should be better, right? This is the courage. This is risk. Maybe you lost your mojo. Maybe you were not taking risks. Maybe you were kind of like playing it safe. Maybe you have been going through some legal processes, and maybe certain things are now falling back in place. They need to be where they need to be. It's kind of like feeling right, and it's like something that you're like really feeling enthused about it. This is really, really good. Here we have more clues. You see, these two cards are rarely coming together. Even more rare are upright. So this one did come reversed. It almost like sounds to me that, guys, somebody is coming back in your life. Look at these 2 6s. That was like soulmate, soulmate, soulmate. Somebody who made you so freaking happy. Somebody with whom sex was not sex. They would freaking touch you, would just think about them, and you felt exalted. It was like out of this freaking world. But there was like something, or there is like still this person that doesn't want to commit. There are like issues over here. Like, I mean, this is falling in the category of your environment. This is Lover's card, ultimately. Look at that. Look at that embrace over here. Even though in this picture, he kind of like does look like he's running away. Somebody did run away. This could have been you guys as well. You know, Lover's card, when it reverses, is really interesting because very much like 2s, like, and we have 2 2s, is really a card that really talks about choices. It's the choices that we choose to have. And you know, like they sometimes call it paid forward, where all these choices are kind of like having certain directions that maybe at that stage we don't know. We are anticipating that we are going to get somewhere, maybe in our head, but maybe we don't really get there, right? When this reverses, it kind of like tells me there was like some kind of like separation. Maybe it was even chaos. Maybe it was conflict and disconnection. Like, look at her. It was like cartoons, like, you know, when they touch the sword, like go ting, and like you feel shivers going on. Somebody could have been very, very harsh in this situation. These 2 guys, king and queen, they don't mince their words. It's almost as if they have been born with a small bag of words. They have to use as little as possible. But they will really tell you off in a hurry, because that maybe sometimes means using the least amount of words. Maybe something has been really needed. There's like clearly a principle. If these are not people who will be coming onto you very strongly, and that kind of makes sense with the tower that jumped out. It's something that has to be placed. It has to be better. All these people are upright. But this means there is like some kind of like chaos still going on, that some choices maybe haven't been done properly. Maybe you are still longing. Maybe somebody is still longing for you or about you. I do see that. I do see there, like, look at, she's looking in this direction, she's looking in this direction, she's like kind of encompassing both of it. There are lots of things, lots of thoughts, lots of things swirling in your head. It's almost like you walk around with a little bit of melancholy. You have that big question mark over your head. And there are cups again, and now it's a knight. And this knight on the side, it's mirroring this 6 of swords. So the Knight of Cups is love, and it tells me that you have maybe almost like a childish idea of what love is and in what kind of direction you really want to take this, right? So Knight of Cups is that proverbial knight in the shining armor. And this is really interesting because these 2 guys don't think anything like that. They are, okay, so does this make sense? Okay, it's almost like a computer, like, not really. These swords are really not that bad, right? But it kind of like you're looking if this makes sense. Some kind of like filter has been applied. Well, should I move? Should I stay? Kind of a stuff. Like, I mean, should I purchase this house and that house? kind of like train of thought, right? Now, when this shows up, it's again talking about those idealistic ideals, right? It's like noble kind of things, and it's like soul and harmony and elegance. It looks like to me, to summarize, like there is like appearance of a kind heart, but this is falling in hopes and fears. You're saying to yourself, and that's kind of can mean kindred spirit. There is the connection over here, whether or not this person is resurfacing or you're meeting somebody. But I do have to tell you that this new person that you don't want to meet, that is going to pretty much drag you out and make a point, this person is going to make such unbelievable strong impression on you, because sometimes you resolve things and it looks like there are certain things that are still not resolved. They're not even on a back burner. They're freaking fire, and you're simply putting a bigger and bigger latch on that steel door and trying to contain that inside of you. There is something that both makes you angry and happy at the same time. It's kind of called passion, right? Something that you had to put aside. But I do see that if there is a new person, it's going to be the person who is very much representative of everything that you needed to resolve, but you didn't. So you know what they say, you don't meet a new person, you just meet an old person in a new body. So let's see where that's heading. And you have another 6, and you have a 6, and you have a 6, and you have a 6. 666. Some of you are saying, oh, devil sign. Nope, it's karmic soulmate. And also we have like 2 of cups to boot. This is clearly somebody from the past. This is just what I've told you. You have sufficient amount of cups. This, to me, the 6 of cups, and this is actually a lovely card. Look at his friends. Was there somebody you're dealing with who maybe you took some classes with? These are clearly about memories of the past, you know. It also could be about childhood, also could be about protection. You also could be that you feel small when you're facing this person or this problem. You maybe feel that you wronged someone, or it's a conversation about somebody wronging someone, or it's maybe really hard for you to even face that conversation. But look at this. I mean, in this entire diagonal, I have those cups, and look, this is going upward, right? And you also have a cup over here, you also have a cup over here, and they're like uniting each other. So which is really telling me no matter where you look this month is going to be love and soulmate. It's going to be really lots of good things. But I also have to say that some of you who will continue to sit on your hands might feel a little bit disappointed this month, because you will not even understand what you are missing. I really tell you, and my advice, honest advice, is that you need to engage this month. Really engage. Whatever it is, whatever is calling, whether or not is somebody from the past appearing, or you want to contact somebody from the past, because this card and this card and this card and this card and this card is going into directions, right? You need to do it. It's kind of like weird, because it almost looks to me you're feeling, oh my gosh, I'm going to fall flat on my face if I contact him or her. No freaking way, cat. No, I'm not doing it. You know, remember what I was telling about this tower and burning fires, and like you're trying to contain those fires? You know what? You guys really need to face the music. Whatever it is, something looks like maybe didn't have a closure. Maybe something needs to be discussed. Maybe somebody has something to tell you that is going to give a completely different view. And initially, and that's maybe why you have the swords, you will kind of like hold somebody on the arm's length. You will not think that you really want them close, but you do want them close. You love them. So it's somebody who you love, but you also revere them. You also fear them. There's like somebody who can cause unbelievable harm, who maybe already caused unbelievable harm, but yet it's very hard for you to think about having a life without them. So let me get one more card for clarification over here to really see what this is all about. Magical map shifter. Oh my gosh. This is the thing of dreams, and we have this circle of motive here repeated over here. He's blindfolded. So let me read this for you. Look, and I opened right on that page. This is what it says. Spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny. When the magical map shifter card arrives, it comes with a mission to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. Perhaps you may meet a soulmate again, whose presence invites you to be the best you that you can be, or someone who leads you out of difficulty and into a place of safety or success. Pay attention to those individuals who cross your path today and cause you to reflect on your journey. Be aware and awake, and you'll recognize them for the important change agents they are. Your whole perspective about who you are and why you are here will shift. And that's why we have the swords. The magical map shifter always initiates you into a better version of yourself. You guys, honestly, it's only one person that is going to come in a way. That will be you. It will be you sitting on your hands instead of you going and moving into this direction. So whatever it is, guys, no cowards. You are. Keep going and see what this mystery really hides, and let me know all about it. Guys, do not forget to comment, to like, to share. That's what's going to get you have the reading faster. Also, this is a general reading. You can get your own private reading. That one is really good, especially my specialty readings, karma reading and past lives. Check me out on cattarot.ca, my website. Yes, it also has the readings. You can have this many readings as well. But also check your ascendant and check your moon sign. That is going to give you a little bit more aspects, because these are sort of like really the closest to us. And that's enough. I really hope, guys, you get off your kind of like furry bum and you get what you need to do this month. Karma is calling. This is a karma card, and this is your card. It represents Jupiter. This is your planet. This is your month. This is time to reach greater clarity. And I salute you, Sagittarius. Good luck, and I'm looking forward to hearing back from you. Love you guys.